Hi, this is BA Sam. In this video I'm going to show you how to play a league game or a non-tournament style game. So once you've got yourself a partner, hopefully it's a teammate. If you don't, you can ask for a pal. The next thing you need to do is pick a table. Now table 1, 2, and 75 are used for tournaments, so I stay away from those. So any of the other 72 tables are fine. So if we just grab table 9 here, the top leftmost seat of any table holds the options to set that table up. So be aware of that, and we'll show that here in a minute. So once you and your partner have a table and you've figured out what you want to play, in fact we're going to use Gag Tugly here has a nice advertisement of a game that she wants to play, because that's the next step, is to advertise in the lobby. And here I'm going to highlight what she has here because it's scrolling pretty fast. You say FFA, that lets everybody know that it's a league game, and then once that's in there, whatever's after it you can write it in any order you want. FFA singles, that's what that /S means. There's a singles league and there's a team league. It looks like she wants a singles game. So she wants to do it at table 28. She wants to have 8 hands of something, either suicide, that's short for suicide, wicked, low ball, or truth or dare, and there's no double nils. Now that's for a singles game, so you're basically playing for yourself. Let's go down here to I didn't do nothing. Down here it has just a regular team game right here. I'll highlight it, and they have the FFA in front, and then they want a regular no double nils at table 6. So that's how you advertise for a game. And once you've advertised and you've got 4 players, you just hit the start button at the table and you get a little thumb, and if all 4 players have thumbs, this is what will pop up. And I'm just going to scoot this over just a little bit here, and like I said, the top left seat gets the table settings, and all you have to do here is figure out what you guys are going to play. The bid format is the first box here. By default it's set to a regular game of spades, but here in FFA we play a bunch of different alternate types of spades, so you might want to have a different type of bid format. Suicide, most people know what suicide is, so let's go ahead and select suicide, and underneath it, it gives a little blurb of what suicide is. One partner must nil, and that's what suicide is. One person from each team must nil, and the other person has to hopefully cover them. Okay, but there's several other ones that you can choose from. Play format, that's how you play the cards in your hand. So right now it's just set to regular, so you play whatever cards you want. But if you play something called low ball, in low ball you have to play the lowest card in your hand first in any suit, and to set it to, you can set the table to do that, and that's called crawl, and you can see it gives the little blurb, play lowest card in suit first. So we're going to set it to that, and the winning score, the losing score, and this bag count typically is not messed with, but you can if everybody agrees. Hand limit, in tournaments, 99% of our tournaments are 8 hands, but there are some tournaments that are 7 hands, like 7 Deadly Sins or the 7 Dwarves are 7 hands. But if you want let's say 15 hands, set it to 15 hands. You can type whatever number you want in there. And then you got a couple little check boxes for allow nil or allow blind nil. And then once this is all set, you hit OK, and in a few seconds the table will set itself up. And we can verify that everything was set the way that I did it by the first one is the top right hand. Up here in the top right hand there's a bunch of stuff written here. Winning score is 500. The losing score is minus 200. That means first team to 500 wins, or the first team to minus 200 loses. Bag penalty is 10, and you get minus 100 points for 10 bags. Hand limit, I set it to 15. And ties, we usually don't mess with ties too often, although they do happen. And we have allow blind nil, and or regular nil. Blind nil is no, and there are no bots. And then over here on the left bottom corner here is the format. I set it to suicide. I set it to crawl, and it tells you what that is. One partner must nil, play lowest card in suit first. I have no idea what this game type is called. It's just what I picked. It sounds difficult, but I'd give it a shot just to see how it was. So let's say we played this game and the game is over. When the game is over, please do not leave the table, especially if you lose. Even if you win or lose, and if you're a pal, please don't leave. A lot of people tell you if you're a pal, as soon as the game is over, you can leave, and you can, but it makes it easier for everybody at the table if you just stay for a few minutes so they can report the loss. So let's say me and my partner lost this game. One of us has to report the loss. You talk to your partner, see who wants to do it. I'll go ahead and do it for this demonstration. Why this link is not up here on the table is beyond me. I don't understand why that's not there. I would think that would be there, but it's not. It's actually in the lobby. So if you lose, you have to come in here in the lobby and go to lobby links. Pretty much any link that you need to do here in FFA is in this section here. So we need to report a loss. Here it is, FFA. If you're playing the singles like Tugly was, there's also one right here. It has S next to it that stands for singles. But for teams, it's just FFA. So if we click report a loss, it's going to open up a page, and it's going to ask you what your team name is. So whatever your team is, you put it in there. And then your opponent's team. Let's just say they're FM, and hit select players. The next screen is going to have every player that's on both teams, and you just find your partner. So we're just going to pick Harley here, and here I am. And for FM, we'll take Bagman and Bluesy Jet. And then make sure your ladder name and your password is in there, and hit submit. And on the next screen, it will say something like BEA challenged FM and lost. That means it's been recorded. You can do one of two things. You can copy that sentence that it puts up there and paste it in here for everybody to see, or just say here, just say reported, and then you can be on your way. Now if someone's a pal, and there can be pals on both teams, so if I had a pal, and every team has a pal, and they're usually in parentheses like you see here. So here's our pal, and then here's FM's pal. So if there's a pal, typically what I was told to do is you put the pal's name here in this optional box. You just type their names in. This is why I say please don't anybody leave. It just makes it easier because you can read everybody's name here on the right side of the table, other than trying to scroll through the chat to see who everybody is. And at times sometimes people don't even talk in the chat, so it just makes it easier if everybody stays. So you just put their names in this optional box, hit submit. That little message will pop up, BEA challenged FM and lost. You copy paste it or just say reported, and you can be on your merry way. Now if you want to verify that that match has taken place, you have to go to the FFA homepage. So if we go to the FFA homepage and then scroll down just a little bit till you hit the team roster, and here's a drop down menu of every team that's here, and once you highlight who you want, you hit go. And I'm going to go ahead and mute my tab because there's music. That's another little tidbit in Google Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer. If there's music on a page and it bothers you, there should be a mute section somewhere in Chrome. You just right click on the tab that's making the music and hit mute. It says unmute now because I've already muted it. And once you're on the team page, and team pages will look different. My security for my computer for some reason blocks a lot of stuff, so if you see here the team roster is mostly black and all the team names are blue but they're kind of hard to see, that's because of my security. If you have something that looks like this, you can highlight the whole thing and you can see everything a lot better. So I'm going to do the same thing down here. If you scroll down to the bottom of every team page, it has the last 10 games that the team has played in, and your game should be right should be the very first one, but it might be the second one, depending on if you have another set of team members playing another game. So I just highlight it, and if it shows that you lost, everything is good. If it's wrong, you can ask an admin, tell them what happened. They can look back at they can look back and see the scores and verify that what you say is true, and they can go in and fix it. So that's how you play a regular game here in FFA. Happy spading. Good luck.